Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a Lego set. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. I almost said model kit. Before we get really into that, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, you can just go ahead and lurk. That's also totally okay. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. It's a Monday, and I got a Lego set. I am working on the Lego City Donut Truck set. It is a two-part build. We build a truck. We build the donut shop, which rests on the truck and can come off the truck, which is an odd choice. And this is the first time ever that I am streaming in the category Lego and brick building. That's right. There is a category specifically for Lego and other brick kits, which I've never used before. I primarily use Makers of Crafting, but I have endeavored for the second half of 2025 at least to use either the models and miniatures or the Lego brick building when I am doing the builds that I do. Because if people are looking for Lego, they will find me. If they are in Makers and Crafting, they might not be interested in Lego. So hopefully I'm going to start targeting the right kinds of people to see what's up. And for the folks that just want to watch because it's a Monday and they know who I am, they're going to be here anyway, and the category doesn't really matter. But maybe a few people will come in that'll be like, hey, what's up? What's going on in here? Who knows? Might make some new fans. We will get going in just a moment here. As I said, it is a Monday and we're working on some Lego. I did want to start by looking at this instruction booklet here. Let's go to the overhead. This is interesting. So this is like I said, there's two parts to it here. We're going to build the truck first. Look at this instruction booklet. The left is the pieces I'm going to be using, and then the right is how those come together. And that's true going through here. You got the hands and the pieces you need, and then how to do that. And they're framed in green, the parts there, so you can see where they go. And this is very interesting because often Lego instruction booklets are set up in a way where you have like the page. Hey, Lord Crashton, new category. Who this? Yeah. You have the page, and then in the corner, you up here, like a instruct number, you would have like instruction 14, and it would have the things you need to build with it, and the page might even be cut in half, and then you do it there. This one does not have any numbered. The pages are numbered down here and here, but the steps aren't numbered. I find that interesting. It feels like a waste of paper because like this could just be a small photo in the corner. Like this one step is 5 pieces of Lego, but it's 2 pages, and that feels superfluous. I don't know, but I did notice it, and it did stand out, and so I did want to mention it because maybe that is something of interest to you. I don't know. We do have our, we started this on Saturday by doing some knolling at the end of Saturday stream, and then also making our donut man. And then also, because you might wonder about it, if you missed the end of Saturday's stream, maybe you didn't see this, so I'll do it for you right here. Here is my completed 364 pieces of plastic rice here, grains of rice on our sushi. And it does not necessarily sit particularly well because I did not balance it properly. But here's my sushi rice. I kind of like leaving it like this anyway. But yeah, I finished my sushi rice. And I have applied a lot of liquid cement over the last 2 days to try to seal this completely so that it doesn't break apart. But yeah, it can go like that. I just wanted to show it off in case you missed it on Saturday. One of the most unique things I've assembled on this stream. One of the strangest. Good sushi. Yes, indeed. Hi, I'm John. Welcome. It's one of the most unique things I've built. It's right up there with the pile of dinosaur dung from that one Jurassic Park Lego set. I would put it right up there as being a very unique thing that I've done on this channel, which is maybe the most unique thing, is that I did dinosaur dung from a movie. How much would you pay for a real version of that sushi on a plate of it? I mean, I don't particularly like shrimp on my sushi. When I have sushi, I'm actually more looking for salmon. So, I don't know, market price, I guess. It's not packed super well, but it looks handmade, and I don't mind that. I certainly would prefer my sushi to be handmade, so if I can get it handmade, then that seems pretty good to me. All right, so we need one of these, and we need one of these. All right, so this time they do split it, so it goes in the trash. No, Lord Crashton, I said market price. I said I would pay market price because it looks handmade, and I appreciate that. But I'm probably not going to pick it either because I generally, if I'm going to get sushi, I am looking for salmon more than I'm looking for shrimp. It's my personal feeling on it. Or maybe a piece of tuna. I don't hate a piece of tuna. A little fatty tuna on there. That sounds real good. Haven't had sushi in quite some time. I don't think I crave it, but I wouldn't say no to it. I'll say this. There are a bunch of things higher on my I would love to have this because I have not had it since 2019 or 2020 list, a food list. There are many things that are above that. Not many, but like a lot. Like Indian food, particularly naan. Oh, I would love garlic naan. I would love some fresh made garlic naan. But really any kind of naan would be great. But that one is particularly high up there on the list. I had yakisoba not too long ago from a place here in South Carolina that did, I would describe it as a serviceable to fine job. Like it was like a good enough job, I guess I would say. They did a good enough job that I was like, all right, I get this again. Soup dumplings are very high on the list of things that I have not had in many moons, because the place they used to get soup dumplings from was like nowhere near my apartment. It was near my previous employment, so like I stopped working there, so I was not near them. Dumpling Man, which does sound like it's a terrible chain. I've talked about this on stream before. I believe that Dumpling Man sounds like it's terrible. They were not terrible. Dumpling Man was phenomenal. They just had a name that sounded like they were a bad chain created by white people, but they weren't. But I don't think I have had soup dumplings since like 2019 because I was only in New York for 6 months in half a year of 2020, and half of that half year I was in not going places and not getting delivery or anything. I was getting delivery, but just like staples. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on my like I have not had this in a long time and I would really like it. Pho. There are some places that I could get pho around here, but all of the reviews are bad. Look bad, so I have not gotten it. Wouldn't mind having that. Again, I had baklava when I was in New York a couple of years ago, because I did go up to New York for a little bit, and I did have baklava, and that was real good. And I'm sure I could find somebody somewhere in this state that makes good baklava, but I haven't been able to find that. I've talked about this before. My general area here has 2 Indian restaurants, and both have bad reviews. But I don't know if those bad reviews are because the food is bad or is because the locals around here don't know what good Indian food is. I don't know. But they are neither have been rated that highly. But I would like to try. I don't know. I should just go to the Japanese restaurant that is not too far from here that I had yakisoba in that was good and just get more of that. I should do that. Because they did a pretty damn good to serviceable job. So this build is going pleasantly, swimmingly. I have no complaints. I don't think we're going to finish this tonight, but we're definitely going to finish it on Thursday because there is another bag. We're building the second bag I think is more pieces because it's the stand and the donut. Technically, we are going from a model kit of a piece of food to a Lego set of a piece of food, although this donut that we are going to assemble is not, quote unquote, it's not supposed to be real. It's a chopped donut. But there are donuts around here. There are donuts. We'll also be doing something that we have not done on this stream ever. Our first minifig of a police officer, because it's a donut shop, so they put a police officer in there, and that's our first. I believe she is a traffic cop, if I remember correctly, or as they are derogatorily referred to as a meter maid, which I will not use that term again. But I believe this will be our first police officer. Because we've done some firefighter, but I don't think we've done that. But yes, we're doing we went from a food to a food themed build on stream. So that's pretty fun. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's any other food that I haven't mentioned yet that I was like, this is a food that I would really like that I haven't had because I don't have access to it around here or I don't trust it. I mean, brisket. Yeah, I didn't get brisket that often in New York, but I certainly had brisket in New York, and it was real, real good. You can get it down around here, but it hasn't hit it big with the barbecue crowd, so. And I make fried chicken. I don't know what it is, if it's just this neighborhood or area or town or whatever, but like fried chicken, just not a thing. Like occasionally you'll find it on a restaurant menu, but just not around all that often. Just not part of the barbecue experience down here, which is annoying because I like barbecue and I also like fried chicken. I should make more use of the amount of brisket around me. I'd recommend it. Brisket is phenomenal. So yeah. If you can, I would say you should go for it. I've done fried chicken by myself. I've done plenty of pan fried chicken, and that's turned out good here in the old bear cave. Certainly gotten it up into some of that, and felt pretty good about that. But yeah, not something you can easily find around these parts, which is frustrating. Because I like a good fried chicken. But I did know places in New York to get fried chicken, and so I did take advantage of that. And there's other stuff like they do a fine job around here. You know what? Actually, it shouldn't be super surprising, but it's kind of surprising is this part of South Carolina is near the water, and so seafood is plentiful. There's a lot of seafood around here. Not all parts of South Carolina are near the beach, but we are close to the water here where I am at. So we do run into lots of seafood stuff. So I think that I have had multiple times over the past 5 years down here is fish and chips. I mean, it's just fried fish, but like it's more likely that a menu down here will have fish and chips instead of having chicken tenders and fries. You know, it's just that is a thing that is I found to be somewhat surprising. But yeah, I only want fish and chips a couple times a year, but it's not hard to get around here. It's kind of good. All right. This is coming together very easy. Like I said, I think this will get done. Like I will have to do I'll have to reach out to people about what I'm building next. My $10 patrons will have to vote pretty soon because I'm going to start I assume I'm starting something new on Thursday. Like this is just, in fact, I should check my tracking because I have a couple things coming from my Amazon or my Amazon order. I have 2 things in the mail and I want to see when they're coming so that I can properly add them to my list. Okay, I have something coming tomorrow and something coming on Wednesday. So I'll probably send out the poll tomorrow, and I will add one of them to the list if I can. I didn't mention it. I should just mention it. I'm currently at 23 subscribers. My goal is to get to 40. I shut up about the number of subscribers I have when I hit 40. If you want to become a subscriber or gift a sub to the community or anything like that, you could do that. I just hadn't mentioned it in a hot minute, so I felt like I should. It has been a while since I built Lego that is not a 3-in-1. I often build 3-in-1s on this channel because they are a very cost-effective Lego set. So I'm thinking of this like, oh, and I could take this. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be taking this apart. I'm just going to be building it. It's fine. I'll just build it, and it will be fine. Put this on here. Put this on here. We got our doors. Our doors are on for a vehicle. This is a single-person vehicle here, so they sit in the middle. We'll build around our driver is also our donut man. Donut person, so we'll just put them in there for now. But yeah, this is a pretty simple build so far, which makes sense because but it's a fun looking build, so I'm not against it, not mad at it. Put this on here. If I think about any other foods that I'm really missing, I'll let you know, but I think we'll be okay. And like New York pizza, right? Obviously, I get some pizza down here. There's a place where they're aiming for New Haven, Connecticut style pizza, and they do a pretty damn good job with it. So like, they do all right. I don't miss it, as much because we did find a place that was good. My parents, when they got down here, they've been here several years, many years at this point. They made a point of trying to find the best pizza around. And I think they did a pretty good job. All right. So this lid goes on here. And this should be pretty easy to take off if we need to take off this. Like if we want to pull our person out, we can pop this on and off very easily. So that's nice. That's good. And then this area here is for the donut shop to be able to be removable. So we've got only like 2 pegs here to hold it in place. And now it looks like we're going to work on something else here. Oh, I think we're doing the front of the cab here. I believe that's what we're doing. But yeah, I might be wrong. This might be a 1-stream build. I don't know. Bag 2. We will have to know bag 2, so that will take a little bit of time, but making good progress on this. Let's see. I have some things to chat with y'all about here that we can kind of go in on. Let's see. Nothing has changed since Saturday about wrestling on, this weekend. I'll talk about Forbidden Door, which is on Sunday, which I will be watching during the day on Sunday. 11:30 a.m. Eastern is when the 0 hour, which is an hour and a half, and they should rename it. The AEW Forbidden Door pre-show begins at 11:30 a.m. And then the first match is probably going to be at noon, which is early. My condolences for the West Coast crew. They are going to be dealing with that early show. And I believe the first match on the main card is at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, Lashbrook, UK show means that it is early. And you're like, well, Pat, why didn't they do it like a Saturday day show? Well, they're actually thinking of the fine folks in the United Kingdom because next Monday, a week from today, is a bank holiday. So they luck out on that. So they get a bank holiday, which is real good for them. So they don't have to worry about that, which is nice because it will be, of course, the evening for them when it's our daytime. But yeah, that's this coming Sunday. I'm looking forward to watching that. I don't know when I'm gonna watch. Maybe I'll watch it on Sunday. I don't think so, but I don't know. The finals in the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling Princess Cup is also this Sunday, and I do want to see that because my girl Arasu Endo is in the finals against Miyu Yamashita. Miyu Watanabe, not Miyu Yamashita. Miyu Watanabe versus Arasu Endo. And I am rooting for Arasu to win because she's great and an underdog. And I think she'd have a really fun match against Mizuki, the current champion. But Miyu Watanabe makes a lot of sense to win it as well. I'd like to see Arasu pick it off because Arasu has just been beating people who are higher on the card than her and higher on the pecking order than her. So the idea that she could beat all of the people, several of whom are around her age, that she could, push off against all of those, true underdog story, it'd be pretty cool. So I'm rooting for my gal. We'll see. But I guess I don't know. I guess I'm not going to watch that next week, I guess. All right. Tires is our last thing. Tires. We are almost done with this one bag. I may have made a tactical error. We might finish this kit today. I don't know. If we do, I will just start a model kit. I will pick a model kit and start a model kit. But I'm starting to think, I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to know, but I don't know. This might be a one stream build. I thought for sure this would be a stream and a half, but we have almost completed the first one in the first 27 minutes of the stream. This just came together real easy. I don't know. We'll see what happens. An update to a story I reported on over the weekend, or at least talked about, I should say, not reporting, last week. The state of Louisiana and here in America, has filed a lawsuit against Roblox Corporation for being a quote-unquote perfect place for pedophiles. And they're being sued by the state of Louisiana, which was filed on the 14th by the Attorney General. And one would expect more of these charges to be made in the future. We'll see. Perhaps other states will get involved. We don't know, but that's certainly a possibility. Okay, so I have finished the truck, and now I got to move on to bag 2. But we got to knoll bag 2 first, so that's what we'll do next. Is knoll this bag. So let's see. So yeah, Roblox. Let's see. They have no system is perfect, but insist it has deployed rigorous safety features. A reminder, most of the safety features that they will talk about are things they implemented like last year. You know, these are not like they've always had these. These are like they existed for a very long time and were widely successful company. And then we're like, oh yeah, also we're doing this now. It dismissed the idea that it would potentially endanger a community. Acknowledged no system is perfect. Bad actors adapt to evade detection. Yeah, so basically they're just like, no, we're not malicious about it. It's bad here, but it's not maliciously bad, which is a interesting line of defense to make, to say like, well, we're not doing it on purpose. It sucks, but it doesn't suck because you know, like because we wanted to. And a reminder, a lot of the features are like, oh, we got like over 40 ways to help with this. And that all came relatively recently because of consistent pressure from people to be like, hey, but what the fuck? Hey, but what if you were better as a company? All right, got a mug. Here's our other minifig done. Put that minifig on the truck there. Stand on the roof. Irresponsible seating arrangement. It sucks that coming down during the last 30 seconds, you could be talking literally about half a dozen different governments or companies doing bad stuff. Yes, Dizzy, that does suck. In this case, the state of Louisiana, the Attorney General of Louisiana, filed a motion last week, a lawsuit against Roblox. And Roblox has basically made their response statement about the lawsuit just being kind of like, yeah, I mean, it sucks here, but like we're working on it. Like we're not thrilled that sometimes it sucks here, which is an interesting defense. And they're like, we collaborate with law enforcement and government agencies and advocacy groups to create resources. And it's just like, but if we did, would we want to maliciously target children if we did all that? It's like, yeah. It took them long enough. Yeah, People Make Games did a whole thing about Roblox. Yes, certainly. Like I said, this is just like the first lawsuit. There have been investigations. There have been calls for investigations, certainly. But before this is just the first state in the United States to be like, actually, fuck these guys. What the fuck? What's going on here? And then they're like, and then they fucking, their statement, they're like, hey, we're not so bad. We're trying. Their statement literally says the whole industry needs to do better, which also, yes, that's not really a good defense. Like, fair point. But like, also that doesn't erase anything for you to say, the entire online industry must work together to provide better tools for detecting grooming in chats. But reiterates that it strives to create one of the safest online environments for users, which is just, I mean, you're failing. If that is the thing that you are trying to do, you suck at that, and you should get better at that. If that is true, which I don't necessarily believe it is, but if you think that, then you need to fucking work on it because you're doing a bad job. We understand there's always more work to be done, and we are committed to making Roblox a safe and positive environment for all users. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I get that you can't say, damn, you got us, we suck at this. But to be like, the industry needs to do better. It's just like, yeah, we could start with you. They shouldn't stop with you. And I should make this clear that I am, that it is, you might say, Pat, this seems a little hypocritical. You being like, oh, cool, a state is suing. Because often these kinds of lawsuits and these investigations are just, politically motivated fear mongering, and it's a bunch of people that don't understand games and how they operate. And I am not suggesting that the Attorney General's office for the state of Louisiana has like a detailed, incredibly nuanced understanding of video games. But also, this is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, the government should fucking do something about this shit. This should be well regulated because it involves children. Now, this is not a sweeping generalization. They shouldn't do all, I am not coming out here to say like, oh, well, we got to target these. This is just the first step and a long list of things. Like, no, I'm not saying that. And I am not, I understand slippery slope and all that. But I am saying that, like, yeah, at some point, you got to fucking just, like, do something. Roblox has had been shit for a long time, says Lord Crashington, which I agree. They only making improvements lately because word of mouth is getting louder about it. Also, there was that private group that rated them. It was a it's not UK, European group that rated them. Their safety rating is like, do not have your kids be on this, basically. And that was at the behest of shareholders that for the Roblox Corporation, and that was when a lot of people were like, "Hey, wait a minute, should we talk about this?" This has been a big enough problem for long enough that somebody needs to step in. Yeah. First paragraph of the game's Wikipedia. According to the company, their monthly player base includes half of all American children under the age of 16. Yeah, that's just like, that is a thing where you're like, okay, if they're bragging about like half of the kids under 18 spend time on our platform, then maybe like we should take like a look at it and see what's up with this platform. Like, we should maybe look at all. This is like the time the government went after Fortnite for dark patterns. Sometimes you do need people from the government to stop companies, or like at a certain point, right? Like new parts of the industry pop up, right? Like new avenues pop up, right? And then the industry should be self-guiding, but they're not. They are reactionary. So if they're like, ooh, a new avenue for revenue, right? It's a new avenue for revenue. Well, let's exploit this for all it's worth. Oh shit, we exploited it so much that people are mad now. Now we have to self-regulate, and we've always been against this kind of thing, and we need to take a more closer look at this kind of thing. We've always been saying that. And now, because enough people were like, hey, what the fuck? And then like some government in some country was like, hey, what the fuck? And then they're like, oh yeah, we've been planning to work on this for years now. We're ready to figure this out together. Jeff over at Giant Bomb basically banned the game from his house. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that's necessarily the wrong choice. It's just, it is a thing that there's a lot of types of games that out there that people should take a better look at when, it's their children or their teens or themselves, their friends playing and stuff like that, And once in a while, you got to take a little bit of a good look at stuff and go like, hey, what the fuck's going on with this thing? What's up? What's happening here? What's up? The part that no one at these companies wants to say out loud is the actual solution to this is to spend more money and hire more people to moderate, but that costs money. Yes, like I said. So like making it harder to making the process of getting those games on the service or those experiences on the service, right? Making those more strenuous and more allowing for more moderation, because they don't want to do that. They want you to make pennies so they can make dimes, right? They want you to make things in there so they can make money off of it. And like after the fact, they can go, shit, no, that shouldn't have been in there, and that should never have gotten this far, and we're working on other things. But the general idea of especially user-created content like this, user-generated content, is that you apologize after the fact, but you don't try to make it so difficult for them to make those things. And then you just hope that you don't get yelled at too hard because you made money off of everything as it was happening. Which is, of course, fucked. Yes, Dizzy. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's it's all fucked. But there was a statement, so I did feel the need to respond, to mention it here. Um, let's see. Let's see. Seeing Jeff's recent video and how ridiculous the monetization is in those games made it clear why parents should be more skeptical of their kids wanting to play games in it. Yeah, and like a lot of it comes down to, right, like the games that are in there are like you're gonna play it because your friends do it, right? Like that's where your friends are, and the social element is a thing that parents in general like. They like the sociability of it. They like the idea that, oh, well, the kids are on here and they're doing this thing and they can play together and they can socialize and they're not just on a computer by themselves. And it's like, yeah, I get that, but there's other stuff we got to talk about here. And hopefully people will, parents will start learning more about that. But yeah, it can be frustrating. Yes. I mean, kids love slop. Also, adults love slop. It just depends on it. Sometimes you're playing something and you go, this was made by somebody and this has heart. Slop with heart is better than slop with no heart. But sometimes it's a little hard to tell those things apart. But sometimes you can go like, well, this is rough around the edges, but somebody like wanted to do something cool with this. And that's different. But yes, I understand that for many people, it's like, whatever. It's there and it was free or cheap. So sure, I don't care. It's just kids. Sometimes you're playing Punisher for the Xbox. Sometimes you play Anthem. Yeah. Guessing licensed stuff from the legit brands are probably better than the random knockoffs that get big in there. Yeah, possibly, maybe. But who knows? Who knows? If that is true or not, I don't know. I will say, I did not watch. I bounced out when Jeff started doing the Roblox tour because I have never played Roblox or watched anyone do anything in Roblox, and that's a thing that I can keep going. Now I'm a mod at Jeff Gersman's channel, so I just bailed out. If there were not other mods around, then I wouldn't have bailed out. But I was like, I so far have been able to avoid this, and I think that's pretty fun, so I'm going to continue to avoid this for as long as possible. And so I just didn't watch the rest of the stream because I was like, I'm good. I like that I don't know what's going on in Roblox. It's fine. I don't know. There are it was very funny. There is a VTuber I like who was talking to the members on YouTube, and somebody said something, and she just went, "You have to remember that I'm old." She is in her 30s. She is not old, but they mentioned something. And it was just like, no, you have to understand, I don't know what that is. I don't know what memes are. She's like, I only know memes if friends of mine are making fun of memes, then I know about the memes. She's like, I don't have time to learn about your memes. It's okay. And it's like, yeah, for the best. For the best. What was the weird sandbox thing he played? Oh, yeah. Yes, I forget the name of that. It's like S&B, I want to say. I have access to that, but I've never done anything with it. But I was granted access to a early beta version of that. Dizzy says, I had this moment a few days ago with the Peter Pan you think you came out 10 years ago hook versus the Peter Pan that actually came out 10 years ago, Pan 2015. Yes. Yeah, I think that's a great example of that. Of like the idea that like yes, SN box. That's what it was called. Yes. 10 years ago was 2015, not 2005. 2005 feels about 10 years ago to me. Now, part of it is because of the lost years, pandemic, and beyond, but also just in general, the Xbox One was 11 years ago. But that's the thing, right? Like I said, 2005 is a thing that, like, I was 25 and I had some stuff figured out then, and that's 20 years ago, and that feels weird to say, but it's true. 20 years ago. Like, yeah, that's ancient. Anything from 2005 is like a classic. That is somebody's like first things, like the things you're like, oh yeah, all right, yeah. That's the music you listened to as a teen. That's the movies you saw with your friends on DVD, and those were your first things and all that. And just like, whatever, sure, okay. A streamer who I know to be very young. I do not know her actual age, but I know her to be very, very young. Was talking the other day about she was fucking so proud to explain to people what the save button was, because she had learned not too recently what a floppy disk is, and that was a disk. She was like, I asked someone and I learned, and then I watched a video on YouTube about it, about a bunch of different kinds of disks. And she was like, I thought discs were like CDs, but there are other kinds of discs. And then she said, did you know if you opened it up, it was like a really thin CD? Which is like, she didn't say record, she said CD. And she's like kind of right, but not really. But it did make me feel like my bones were going to turn to dust. And that's okay. Because like I said, I am probably at least 20 years older than this person, and it's okay that they just don't know any of that shit. But it did make me feel very old. But also, hey, I should look at it that this person in their early to mid 20s learned something and was happy to share that information with people who might not know that information, that could even be younger than her. Kiara, the HoloLive presenter, streamer, was talking about how she met through conversation for an event thing. She was still VTuber, but whatever. A cosplayer that said that you're the first person a VTuber I ever watched, and I've been watching you for 5 years. And Kiara, like the entire time she's been a VTuber, and Kiara was like, that can't be. You said you're 17, which means that this 17-year-old started watching Kiara when she was 12. And it's just like, oh, like that's only 5 years. That's only 5 years, but that's an important 5 years. Like, oh, okay. Like, oh, like what? Sure. I don't know. I couldn't process that, and I don't know her. You know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with me. But that's insane. I feel like my ability to understand the distance of time went to shit when Trump took office. Yeah. I still enjoy the time Lex Luddy reminds Jeff Grubb that they are in their 20s and Grubb is old every time they're on stream together. Yeah, I mean, look, like that's like part of doing comedy when I was doing that was interns would come in. Like, part of my job was that I managed some interns, both in my program and then also in just in general. When I was house manager, when I was in charge of the tech department, I had lots of interactions with interns who were often in college or just out of college. So like, or weren't in college. There was an intern who came in when she was 18 who was very fucking good, very funny, naturally funny, and also like had a good work ethic. But I would be like, I don't remember how much older I was than Paris, but I was like, oh, like there are references that would come up in conversation, and she'd just be like, I don't know what that is. And it would be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But there would be like comedy things, and I want to be like, well, you should watch Kids in the Hall. I mean, you should anyway, because it's very fucking funny. But I was also like, but also, why would I expect you? Like, even if you're a theater and you're a comedy dork, you're 19 or 18 or whatever. I don't expect you to have watched, like, you'd have to go out of your way to watch Kids in the Hall. Like, it would be annoying for you to go watch that if you wanted to. But I'm like, but on the other hand, you should, because I think you should. So I don't know what to say here. It's weird. My favorites, I think my favorite Stephen King quote on his son Joe Hill. He's younger and more handsome. The thing that gets me through the day is he will get old too. Yes. Yes, that is certainly true. Everyone will get old. There are people who master's degrees that don't understand why it was clever that they promoted Drew Barrymore on the DVD VHS blockbuster case for Scream Now. Also, that movie is almost 30 years old. Yes, certainly. I think skibbity just got added to one of the major dictionaries as being kind of a nonsense word. Yeah, skibbity has moved out of, as it is in lexicon. I mean, I'm not going to get started on words not meaning things they used to mean. There's only one example that I don't like right now. Everything else it's part of human nature. It's part of vernacular. Words take on their opposite meanings because they are used ironically so much that they become unironically used. Certainly also it's a communication, it's a shorthand, all that stuff, completely fair use and fine. I will get over the fact that POV has started to mean something else, and I don't like that. It used to mean one thing, and now in certain contexts, it means the opposite because people didn't understand what POV meant, but because it's like a TikTok and Instagram reel trend that people are using it incorrectly, but then people are using the incorrectly way more often. So the meaning is changing, and that's just part of life. Like I said, I am allowing myself currently to be annoyed by that, but eventually I won't be annoyed by that because if it takes off, it takes off. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Literally walked past Skibbity Toilet G-Man head at Walmart the other day. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. It's, like I said. All that stuff is just, it's time. It's fine. I don't want to get, I am older. I have come to the realization with anime. Anime has been a good thing for me to say, I don't get this, but I can appreciate why people would like it. Or this is not for me, but I know it's good. Like My Dress Up Darling is too horny for me. But they're high school kids and they're around cosplay and each other, and it should be horny. It's fine that it's horny. It's just too horny for me to enjoy because I'm 45. That's it, right? If it was like 30-somethings who were into cosplay and hanging out and horny for each other, I'd be like, okay, sure, whatever. But they're not. They're like in high school. And I'm like, I'm good. But I understand that it's good. And that is a thing that has been the past few years where I've started to go, yeah, all right. I don't know. I just gotten older. And I think like it's okay for me to not want to watch this thing. And it has nothing to do with the quality of said thing. But then also there are some things where I'm like, no, the children are wrong. The teens are wrong. Rent-A-Girlfriend is a bad show, and the fact that it's so popular makes me unhappy because it's garbage and terrible, and the kids are wrong for liking it. The kids are wrong about Rent-A-Girlfriend. That show sucks. But also, I watched my harem shows. I watched my teen harem shows. Love Hina's not good. It wasn't a good anime. I liked it at the time. This is not a good anime. I can understand that. Tenchi Muyo is still good, though, because it has a lot of action in it, and the action was well animated and drawn, and it was fun. The ladies in almost all of the ladies in Tenchi Muyo had character traits, and they kept those character traits over the courses of the many seasons of that show. Yes, it's just bad. I think part of what helps me age is the fact that I accept long ago not everyone has to be for me. Like, I have no reference for the Whitest Kids You Know, but I still enjoyed Weapons. Yeah, Whitest Kids You Know is like, it's very funny that there's one sketch from Whitest Kids You Know that has stood the test of time, and is like, right now, they're like an image of Trevor is just like, you can post an image of Trevor and not everyone, but a lot of people know what you're talking about with this one photo. And I find that fascinating because those were just young dudes that I didn't think were that funny in New York that kept at it and eventually had some pretty funny stuff. But the Whitest Kids were just shitty hammer cats in my estimation. And nobody, you don't fucking know who the Hammer Cats are. You don't know anything about the wicked Hammer Cats, and that's okay. They were an NYU sketch group that Derek, Donald Glover, came out of. Donald Glover came out of that group. He, three guys from from Wicked Hammer Cats formed their own group called Derek, DC, Dominic, and Donald. So they named their group Derek, and they made a movie called Mystery Teen together that's pretty fucking funny, but Donald is obviously the breakout of that. But to me, Whitest Kids was just like another generation of that, like, all white, almost, all white dudes who know each other sketch group. But then they kept working and eventually had a TV show, and they had another TV show. I was like, okay, they wrote a bad movie. It's like, great, good for them. Yeah, I got no time for Rent a Girlfriend. Has to be tough to be a kid these days and deal with how accessible so much old stuff is to know what to bother with compared to when I was a kid. I didn't know things existed. Yeah, I mean, like, every old video game is, not every, a lot of old video games are accessible. A lot of old media is accessible, but also there's a lot of stuff that, like, a thing I learned about Kuma Baer, right? I do Kuma Baer. It's just once a week I recommend an anime and I talk about it under in a minute. The hardest part of that is not figuring out what I want to talk about. It's not shooting it. It's not editing it. It's not adding the closed captions to it and burned in captions. It's not doing any of that. The hardest part of Kuma Baer is thinking of an anime and then finding out it's not available on streaming anywhere. Like, Himoto Urana-chan, which I'm recommending. I'll recommend in 3 minutes, 7 minutes or so. I'll recommend that. You can't easily watch the second season. It's not available. The first season's on High Dive. They don't have the second season anymore. If you want to watch it digitally, the easiest way to do it is to buy every single episode on Apple TV. That's the easiest way to watch season 2. Now, obviously, there's another easy way. But if you want to legally watch it, the easiest way to do that is to buy 12 episodes one at a time for season 2. Big O. You cannot stream the Big O legally in the United States. You cannot. It's the only show I've recommended on Kuma Baer that you cannot watch legally because I love it so much that I wanted to talk about it in a video. But you just cannot legally watch that show. It is not available anywhere. It might be in a year from now. It might be on Pluto TV. You might be able to watch it for free with ads. But right now, you can't. Yes, Macross, Carvel stuff. Yo, sure. There's been a ton of anime that fell through the cracks of not getting translated or licensed when it came out. Yeah. Yes, there's a bunch of anime that just never came out, or it only came out from ADV Video or ADV Films, and they don't have the rights to that, and nobody picked up the rights. And so you, like, Dual, There's no legal way. The easiest way to watch Dual is to watch some of the episodes that are on YouTube, but not all the episodes are on YouTube, I don't think. But like Dual, nobody's going to pick up Dual. Maybe Right Stuff will, but they're not going to license it for streaming because who the fuck needs the Tenchi Muyo's guy's interpretation of Evangelion? I mean, it's interesting to watch, but like, it ain't going to show up anywhere. Like I said, I think it's fascinating that it exists and is a thing, but like, I don't think people are going to go out of their way to watch that shit. To license that for future viewing. So you can look at it and go, this art does look like Tenchi Muyo. And this is mechs and time travel, and it's somewhat religious, but you can definitely feel like the guy that Evangelion came out and the guy that made Tenchi Muyo went, huh, mechs you say, but it doesn't have to be a mecha anime. Okay. Royal Space Force, The Wings of Hone says, Miss, weirdly difficult to find unless it's a window where someone has put it on YouTube. Yes. Having Google alerts for Reddit message threads about the anime that you like to see if someone has posted a link to a YouTube video that you can then rip as fast as you can is a weird way to live, but it is a way to live. It's very strange. But that is true. That is a way to do things, is you can just have Google alerts set up for anime you want to have. As someone that was alive during the blow of anime, it's wild to me that Vision Escaflowne is basically nowhere other than but it on Apple. Where did I say you could watch Escaflowne? Wait. Because I talked about Escaflowne this year. I talked about Escaflowne, which means it's out somewhere. The Vision of Escaflowne is dubbed and subbed on Apple TV. You are correct. That is the only legally way to watch it in the United States, is on Apple TV. Because, as I said, in June I talked about that show. Yes. It is one of the few that fell through the cracks in Funimation. Yeah, yes, that's right. You could not escape Vision of Escalon and Chobits for a while. Totally. And again, you can find those. But if you subscribe to, like I do, High Dive and Crunchyroll and Netflix seasonally, and Amazon Prime, if you have 4 subscriptions that include anime, 2 of which are focused exclusively on anime, 99.9% on anime, and you can't watch some stuff, it just fucking is infuriating. It's infuriating. There's just stuff you just can't find. This year alone, I have had to say that 2 different things on Apple TV Plus. One show I could find on Pluto TV. I literally had to recommend people go to Pluto TV to watch The Flower of Rene, which is the closest thing that exists in my estimation to a slice of life that involves mecha, because June was mecha month. Amazon Prime, of course, Hulu, Crunchyroll. Sometimes things are on Hulu. Netflix. Was there Tubi? If you want to watch Toradora, you can watch it on Crunchyroll, Amazon Prime, and Tubi. It's on Tubi. That was nice to be able to say. You can watch it with ads, free with ads. I should just do a month where it's like every show, the only thing they have in common is every show is available on Tubi. I should just do that. Free with ads. It's Tubi month. I might do that. Instead of 90s in December. There's an official channel for actual Gundam. Yes, the Gundam. Yes, Gundam info. Yes. There's a handful of weird actual legal YouTube channels. Yes, indeed. Hard boileds on Tubi. I should do that instead of shows I didn't think I'd like. I do like that category of shows I didn't think I'd like. I don't know. So Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll do that instead of 90s. Because also, animated GIFs are sometimes hard to find for 90s anime unless it's really good. So yeah, this December, instead of 90s, I'm going to do this December is Tubi month. I'm going to name 4 shows that are on Tubi or Pluto. Everything I'll recommend is either on Pluto TV or Tubi. We'll do that. Shows you can't believe is on Tubi. Indeed. Time to rewatch Boogie Pop Phantom. I should do that. I'm going to do that in December. My themes for the rest of this month is Chillest of Chill. Next month is Isekai. October is my summer 2025, so this current anime season. November is shows I didn't think I'd like. And December is now going to be Tubi or Pluto instead of 90s. Because I have half of shows I didn't think I'd like figured out. I just have to learn how to say one of the names. Because I've never had to say Chroma Right High School. I don't think I said Chroma right. But I'll figure it out. I just need a good excuse to talk about Apothecary Diaries. Because I haven't talked about it on Kuma Baer. And that is a show I didn't think I'd like. It turns out I was fucking wrong. Last year, the shows I didn't think I'd like were Hiroka, which is beautiful and great. Haikyuu. I don't like sports anime. Turns out I like really good sports anime. ReZero. Subaru just fucking pissed me off, but then he grew as a person and as a character, and I got more into it. And Insomniacs After School, which I watched 2 episodes of and bailed on and then went back to. So when are you going to Kuma Baer Slam Dunk? I did do that. Slam Dunk is the December of last year. I talked about Slam Dunk in my 90s. And it was very nice because I got to say, if you want to watch Slam Dunk in 2024, December 2024, if you wanted to watch Slam Dunk, you could watch all 101 episodes subtitled on Toei's YouTube channel. They just got it all on YouTube, and you can just watch it on YouTube. So if you ever want to watch all that, I would say get a month of YouTube Premium so you don't have to see ads, and watch all of Slam Dunk. My 90s was Slam Dunk, Dragon Ball Z, Trigun, and Sailor Moon. You can watch 5 seasons of Sailor Moon dubbed and subbed on Hulu. That's the best way to watch Sailor Moon. As of December of 2024, that was the best way to watch that. All right, I'm going to take a pause for the cause, talk about ways you can support the channel, and then we're going to keep working on this Lego set, and I guess finish it. I didn't realize this would be a 1 build stream, but it's going to be a 1 build stream. First and foremost, if you are currently a subscriber to the Build with Bear Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. But if you are a subscriber, I would love to see that. We are currently at 23 subscribers. The goal is to get to 40. I shut up about how many subscribers I have at 40. You could gift a sub. No one's gifted a sub this month. If you want to become the first person to do that, you can gift a sub anonymously or let the people know. Hey, I'm John. You could also, bits and coins, always appreciated. You could cheer, like BWO version 1 cheered, which is 2 wrestling references in one. You could do that. Pay with Cash Money, pay with your Prime Gaming token. You're already here on Twitch. You know, it's the easiest way to support me financially. If you would like to do that, you're obviously under no obligation to do that. But also, if you're a Tier 2 subscriber, you get an emote that only you and me and the other Tier 2 subscriber has. It's just you, me, and Aristofan. And has access to me as Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan me. It's me. It's me as Cool Goku. Second to last Cool Goku in the Super timeline. Ultra Instinct, because now there's Saiyan 4 Goku is now a canon thing in another universe, but whatever. We don't have time to talk about Dragon Ball Daima. That'll come later. We'll talk more about Dragon Ball Daima later. Because I'm going to work on model kits from Dragon Ball Daima at some point. I have a Patreon if you want to join that at the $1, $3, $5, or $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. Yes, I did fill out that questionnaire for Patreon, for people that make content on Patreon, where I said, hey, yes, I do not care about, I do not want you to use AI. I do not want to use AI. I don't use AI tools. I do not want you to do that. No, I do not want, and yes, I would think less of creators that said they do use AI. So I did fill out that questionnaire survey from Patreon. Dizzy, it's not for everybody, but there's some good stuff in later Dragon Ball Z, but it's not for everybody. And also, it's fucking old, so you don't have to if you don't want to. So I've got the I got the Patreon. Also, I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBear, and over on my YouTube channel, you can of course subscribe for free. And please do subscribe to my channel. I post videos over there all the time. It's a good place. Over on my YouTube channel, you can become a member, and for just $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos on a Tuesday. So tomorrow, you will get the video that other people have to wait another week to see, but you'll have already seen it, which is my promise to you. That is how we do things around here. So you can watch that. You can become a member over there. That'd be cool. And if you do not want to help me out on a monthly basis, because those are all monthly ways to support me, but you just want to throw $1 or $2 in the tip jar, you can always go to my PayPal or my Ko-Fi. Right now I am running a thing on my Ko-Fi. I'm raising funds for new glasses, which is an eye exam, new glasses, and also some meds. So you can always put a couple bucks in there for that, or my PayPal if you just want to help me out. Everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund, and out of that fund I pull money out to buy, you guessed it, model kits and Lego sets, like the kit I'm working on right now. I picked this up because I didn't have any Lego in my backlog, and I was like, I want to put some Lego in there. So if you want to see more stuff being built on stream, you can always support me in those various ways. Now, the thing I built, the sushi that I built, this 1-to-1 scale shrimp sushi that I worked on, that was purchased by Chris. He picked it up from my Amazon wish list. If you would like to buy something for me to build and have it jump the queue and be the next thing I work on, you could always go to my Amazon wish list, which I'll link here in the chat. And it'll get a dedicated YouTube video on my YouTube channel, and also it'll jump the queue and be the next thing I work on. I've got Lego sets and model kits. I've got inexpensive kits, expensive kits, kits that never go on sale, kits that are always seemingly marked down or fluctuate in price wildly, Lego and knockoff Lego, all kinds of different things I'd be happy to work on. There's at least one knockoff nano blocks. Yes, the micro blocks. Visimo fighter game microblock set. It's an arcade cabinet that is clearly clearly has art of a ripoff of a Street Fighter game that is fake nano blocks that I guess I would build if you hey, I know, no, not guess. I will build that if you purchase it for me to build. But I got some knockoff Lego and stuff in there, some brick kits, all kinds of different things I'd be happy to work on. If you see something there you'd like to see me put together, you can always pick that up. My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne, because it's nice to have alternatives to Amazon. And of course, the most convoluted way to support me financially is to go to USA Gundam Store. Over at USA Gundam Store, you can buy a gift card. They will send you a gift card code in the mail. Then you can send me a whisper here on Twitch, or a DM on a private message on Blue Sky or Mastodon or Twitter with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to purchase something from USA Gundam Store. It is, again, the most convoluted way to support me. I have a Discord. I would love to see you in that Discord if you want to hang out. You're more than welcome to. I suggest people in this chat right now who are also in the Discord, if you've been building anything, put it in the building photos channel on the Discord. I love seeing that stuff. I love seeing what you're working on. Um, couple video links. Today, I put up a new episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. The newest episode is anime I love, but never rewatch. One movie and 4 anime series that I think is phenomenal, that I would recommend to anybody. Different genres, different styles. The things they have in common, I don't want to watch them again. There's one show in that video that where I talk about how maybe I will watch it again someday, but probably not. And there's one thing in there that I've watched twice at very different times in my life. But they are either they're so affecting, or there is such a big twist to it that the show, sometimes there's a big twist and you want to watch again to see the clues and the breadcrumbs. But sometimes once you know why the thing happened the way it did, you're like, I'm good. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. And you're good with it. I don't know, once you know the thing, you know the thing. But I just talked about that because I often talk about shows that I watch all the time. But what about shows that I don't watch again? And I don't mean like, oh no, I don't watch this anymore because it's bad. I mean the stuff that's good that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series, which we talked a lot about here. This month is my chillest of chill slice of life shows. And I talked about Himoto Uramu-chan, which is a lovely little series about the perfect girl at school who is in reality just a gremlin that wants to drink soda and eat chips and play video games and lays about. And every character in there is great. And if there's conflict, it gets resolved. And there are people grow and change, but it's just a silly, fun time. There's like hidden identities, and it's very silly. And a variety of characters who have crushes on one of the biggest dorks I've ever seen in an anime, but a good-hearted dork. It's fun. And like, it's a whole world. It's really good and charming. But I would recommend people watch that, because if you're looking for something light, because this month's all talking about the light shows. I have one more of those to recommend next, which will come out on Wednesday. The final one for this month comes out on Wednesday, and then next 2. That's right. I have 2 more of these to make. My apologies. I have 2 more of those to make. Right? Yes. Wait, what happened? Yes, and then this weekend I have to make the next 2. That's right. I got confused. My own schedule confused me. I'm like, but I just recorded. No, I recorded them the week before. I do 2 of these at a time. Kuma Baer episodes get recorded in pairs. Sometimes I change my shirt so that I don't have the same shirt on 2 weeks in a row. Sometimes I don't do that because I forget or I'm lazy. But I do try to switch a shirt around so I'm not wearing the same 2 videos in a row. But I record them 2 at a time. Could I do 4 in a row? I could probably do it once a month, but I like doing it every other week. It's good. It gives me something on my schedule to look forward to. And then I get both of them edited and uploaded, and I don't have to think about it, which is pretty great. All right, I'm going to talk about 2 anime episodes. One I watched over the weekend and one I watched today. So I will talk about those 2 anime episodes, and we'll talk about what y'all are up to and all this stuff, and we'll keep working on this Lego and probably finish it. We'll probably finish this Lego set. But in order to do that, I need to drink some water, and we need to go to the overhead camera, which we will do in just a moment, and dramatically transition back. And we will do that right now. Disney is reporting that Naomi from the WWE is pregnant, which is phenomenal. Congratulations to her. This is now, I believe, the second time that a champion in WWE has had to vacate a title due to pregnancy. Becky Lynch is the other one that springs to mind that we publicly know about. It might have happened another way, but I believe those are the 2 examples. And that's phenomenal. Congratulations to her and to Jimmy Uso, her husband. That's lovely. It is only bittersweet in that Naomi has been on quite the run. She has been on quite the heel run. And it is a little shame for that to end. But it means that she and her guy are going to become parents, that's lovely. And it's great. But yeah. Her heel run has been fantastic. It was just bred of jealousy that while she was away, her buddy Bianca became really good friends with someone else and became tag champs with someone else, and she came back and she was fucking pissed off about that, which is like, yeah. I mean, you don't take it as far as she did, but like you're like, yeah, all right, that's a reasonable thing. Like, no, you're supposed to depend on me, not Jade Cargill. This is like, yeah, all right. I don't know. I like that. We'll take the mug from her here. Let's see. Got to do these pegs here. All right. WWE apparently has accidentally created a new CM Punk chant in Mexico with Del Rio, which is very funny. I mean, that's just... here's the thing. It is both... There are two true statements. One, WWE is going to fuck up AAA. And two, the AAA audience deserves it because they love Alberto Del Rio. Universally, the AAA fans, diehard, pay-for-seats AAA fans, love Alberto Del Rio, and so they can go fuck themselves. But also, WWE is going to ruin a long, a wonderful traditional company in wrestling, a icon in wrestling that has stood the test of time. Will be ruined by WWE, but also they deserve it because they suck shit. Yeah. So it's both can be true. Fuck them, and also I'm sorry for their loss, their inevitable loss of their company and everything they love about their company and every bit of individuality that is there, but also they can go fuck themselves. I dropped a Lego. I'm trying to find it. I have to talk about anime now. Hopefully there's an extra one of these because I dropped this and I don't know if I will find it. I will find it later, but hopefully they give me an extra one of these. If not, we'll work around it. But hopefully they did. Okay, and they want a calculator. Yes. Indeed. All right, I'm going to talk about some anime that I watched. Episode 7 of Secret of the Silent Witch. If you're not watching this show, it is about a girl she learned to do spells without incantations, which is a wild feat. She is the Silent Witch, not because she is hoity-toity, but because she has problems communicating with people. And so she learned how to do spells so she didn't have to talk in front of folks. But now, because she is young, she has gone undercover. She's working undercover, protecting the prince of a kingdom at the academy, and she is learning what it means to be a young person around other young people. And it's been going sometimes good and sometimes bad. Monica did fail a test, and she had to take a retest. And so Glenn throws a barbecue. She gets a dress as a gift. And writes a thank you letter about that gift because these are just experiences she has not had before in her life. She has just not had friends and stuff to hang out. Dizzy, are the memes of Silent Witch accurate that is Bochi the Witch? So it's not as funny, but it is, Monica is Bochi adjacent. The humor isn't really there you get in that show, but she is a very capable person who is just going through it. And when I first started watching this, my general thought was everybody should leave this girl alone. They shouldn't be forcing her to do this. But then she is appreciating and enjoying the things that she's doing. But again, it is in many ways kind of a similar vibe to Bocchi in that regard. Monica realizes that Claudia is tailing her, which is just an odd bit of business. She ends up at a tea party with Caroline. Monica drinks a tea that has been poisoned with eye drops. So she faints. And we get a flashback about what's going on with Monica, that her father apparently researched forbidden spells and was killed for it. Literally burned at the stake, which is of course fucked. And I would say pretty fucking heavy. Let's see. Claudia shows up and scolds Caroline for what she did. Because Caroline was not trying to hurt her. She was just trying to like make her sick. And it was like a mean prank. It was bullying. And it obviously went too far. Monica wakes up. And Claudia's like, I'm Cyriel's younger sister. And I've got a fiance. And you danced with my fiance. It was secret, but yes. And I've been jealous of that. Which is, Monica was just like, I'm not trying to steal your man. But Claudia's like, actually, we're friends, because she's tsundere. But she's like, we're friends, which is great, because Monica is just learning all about this wonderful world of having friends. Meanwhile, Felix from the student council interrogates Caroline about what happened. And Caroline claims it was a prank. Caroline it gets served the same tea, and she drinks it, but the tea was not actually poisoned. It was just a threat to make her understand the seriousness of what she did. Very high school. And she's humiliated about it. And then Isabel, looking out for our girl Monica, is just like, hey, I'll fucking tell my dad, and then shit will not go well for you. If Monica gets bullied, if my friend gets bullied, then my dad will stop protecting the lands that you live on, which is a serious thing. And then, so unfortunately, Monica's been in the hospital for a whole week. She gets discharged at the end. And then her boss, who is another one of the 7 witches, shows up and is like, hey, remember that you want to like write that thank you letter? Also, you're supposed to be the bodyguard of Felix, the prince. How are you fucking... how'd you get yourself poisoned? And that's a good reminder, to me anyway, and I guess not to them, but to me at least, that Monica isn't trained to do this. She's not trained to be a secret bodyguard or a spy. She's just a teen that was really good at magic and got conscripted into the royal army, basically. And she only got really good at magic to survive, and she only got really good at silent incantations, so she didn't have to talk. So it's just like, yeah, dude, she's not good at this. Of course she's not. I did not take proper notes for this episode of Ruri Rocks. Ruri Rocks is a girls doing things show where the person who made it seems to fucking know so much about rocks. Just seems to know everything about collecting rocks and figuring out where rocks are and all this other stuff. Just like seems to be a real goddamn pro at understanding this thing and really into it. It is one of the most comprehensive shows about a topic. Because girls doing things is usually, hey, these girls like motorcycles. These girls like camping. These girls like DIY. These girls like fishing. That kind of stuff. And there's some that like know about it and others that don't know about it. Ruri is just kind of learning about it. We meet Shoko. She's a young schoolgirl, and she fucking loves rocks. And she runs into Ruri and crew, and they are investigating sea glass. And this episode is mostly about how sea glass is made. Like, most of this episode is just like, let's fucking learn about all the things we need to know about how sea glass happens and silica, and how you get colors and interference. And like I said, my notes say we learn a shitload about sea glass. And they search for old bottles on the beach. And Shoko, while Shoko is there, this girl that loves rocks but doesn't have any support meets a bunch of people and talks about those rocks. And Ruri finds out that her name is actually an old word that means blue glass. Ruri Rocks literally means blue glass rocks. Ruri also can be translated as lapis lazuli, which some people will know from a variety of things. Some anime references, of course. Lapis lazuli, you came from the bottom of the sea. The supporting character. Occasional antagonist, an antagonist who does not want to be an antagonist, from Steven Universe. But yeah, yes, and also one of the ladies, Nagi, from Ruri Rocks, is a tall One-chan, and so people like her a lot. The thing about Ruri Rocks that I like is, one, we are now halfway through the show, and Ruri is not as annoying as she was in the beginning of the series. She's gotten less annoying, and that's fantastic. We love that for us, the people that have to watch the show, want to watch the show, that she is less annoying than she used to be. And two, just make sure here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. And two, this show has one of the few instances of the main character of a show in these kinds of shows, in these types of series. Often, the main character gets obsessed with something and makes new friends, a new club, hangs out after school, and gets a new hobby, and then spends all of their time pursuing that hobby. And that's just their new life. And in this show, there are characters who are like, hey, Ruri, what are you doing now? What's going on? Why don't we see you anymore? Which would happen. And usually you don't get that. You kind of got that in the non-Birdie Wing, which name always escapes me, the non-Birdie Wing Golf Girls anime. It was pretty recent. In that show, the girl that recommended that our main character find a hobby is like, hey, I didn't say golf. What do you mean you play golf now? Which was fun. Lapis is my favorite character from Land of the Lustrous. This is a joke. I don't remember any character names from that series, yes. But there were lots of stone and crystal characters in that series. So yeah. All right, we're working on our big donut. We got a big donut to assemble here. Time to assemble the donut. Now is the part of the stream, friends, where I want to hear from you. you. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? What do you got going on? Do you play any games over the weekend? Do you watch anything on TV or go to the movies or anything like that? You reading anything? You listen to any music? What do you got going on? What's happening? I always love hearing from you about those things and thanks. So please feel free to let me know what you got going on. Yesterday, I played a D&D one-shot. A friend of mine has been doing world building for a group that she is going to be running. So we did some world building stuff in there with some pre-made characters, which is an interesting exercise. And I was happy to participate and hang out because a couple of those people I don't see that often. So it was nice to be able to spend time with them. All right. So then I don't know why we're not finishing this and then putting it on, but we're putting it on and then finishing it. Here's the big donut. Here's the back of the donut and then the front of the donut as we build it. So I did that. My dailies, Hearthstone, had a bad run of Hearthstone today. Just losing all the fucking time. It was some bad games. I eventually got, I think, 2 wins. And then I was like, I'm calling it quits for the day. But yeah, I was having some bad runs in Hearthstone. Nubby's Number Factory, I played right before the stream started. Did a full run of Nubbies. And that went really well. Had a good start for it. Had an interesting combination of stuff that I thought went really well. That went pretty damn good. See any other games? I haven't touched after I bought it because I'm going to be playing it tomorrow. Reminder that tomorrow, my game stream, because it's Tuesday, and Tuesday is when I do stuff that's not gaming, that's not model kit building. On Tuesday, I will be playing Is This Seat Taken? Which was a game that I thought was so fantastic, the demo I played last week, that I purchased the game, and I will be streaming it. It is the first time that I have demoed a game and then bought the game, and then the next week after playing the demo, playing the game that I demoed, because it's fucking great. So that, I think that's very fun. I'm happy about that. I hope you will join me for that tomorrow, because that game was really cute and fun. But I will make sure... I don't know if... what I'll do is tomorrow I will start it and see if the demo is just like the beginning of the game, in which case I will play through some of what I did in the demo. I don't want to say all of, but I will do some of what I did in the demo, so that it is not like just me like playing just the whole thing consist like over and over again, rehashing the whole thing. Dizzy says, reread Fight Club for the first time since high school, and man, did the most annoying people take the wrong message away from that book. Yes. Let's be real, though. They took the wrong message away from that movie. They didn't read it. They watched the movie. Maybe some people read the book, but a lot of people, the people that really like Fight Club, really like the movie about Fight Club and also got it wrong. Last week, I just started a tutorial for a Rain Coin playtest, which is a coin pusher Balatro. I kind of dig it, but I'm starting to think I just want a coin pusher game. Okay. Yeah. Hey, this is done. It's got a door on it. This has been completed. We can put it on the truck. And I got a few pieces left here. Got a few Lego pieces extras. I'll show you the truck here. We got our donut. Got our donut truck on there. And then there's also going to be, you can also pop it off and have it next to it, which is funny. I love the idea that you drive your donut truck to the location and then you like take the truck off or the stand off and just have it be there. It's like, I don't know why you would do that, but it's funny that got built that way instead of just, because this is like the design of this means that you can't get into it from the cab. You have to go out and get in the back, but it's like, yeah, that's fine. I think this is a fun little build here. Just hit the detach button. Yes. Also started listening to Chuck Palahniuk's book on writing is very good. His story about how he sent fake arms with his signature on it to book signings until he accidentally did it with a co-signing. for the 127-hour guy. It was objectively very funny, uncomfortable story. Yes, I have heard a synopsis of that story. Yeah, that's one of those things where we're like, this is very funny up until it isn't funny anymore. And then it's very not funny. Hey, I didn't think I would finish this today. I thought for sure that I would finish this, on Thursday. I did not think that this would be done. So yeah, I built. I kept saying I'm going to start, but I finished. I completely built this fucking thing. It's done. So we'll do 2 photos. I don't need you anymore. I'll take a photo of the vehicle and the truck, and then I'll do a photo of that. I should have bought Tower Unite at some point. Are you going to watch any Nintendo Gamescom stuff tomorrow? I don't plan on it. I will probably watch some of the trailers for Nintendo stuff, but I think, am I wrong that the Nintendo Direct that's coming up soon is just about one Kirby game, so I don't really think I need to watch the whole thing. As far as Gamescom goes, I don't plan on it. It's all Kirby Air Riders, yeah. So I'll probably watch it later, or the highlights, but I don't plan on watching Gamescom live. I will most likely catch it when I catch it. On Thursday, we'll probably talk about like the trailers any new trailers that came out. I'll do like a wrap up because I usually do that after a big thing, but I don't plan to watch it live or anything like that. Silksong release date is probably being announced tomorrow. I mean, there's going to be something about Silksong, but it could just be another trailer about Silksong. I don't want to say it's the release date because I have no faith in that it ever coming out. They're still working on it, but like, I don't know. If you say there's a release date, then you have to cancel the release date when you don't meet the goal. So you just never say the release date. Lashbrook says, I watched the 80s Dragnet movie that I feel holds up very well and is maybe better now than when it came out. I don't know if I agree with you, Lord Crashington. I don't think that's a particularly good movie. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But I have seen it, and I did not think it was pretty good. But I'm glad you liked it. If Silksong comes out, what will we do with new gaming events happen? I mean, there'll be a new... I don't know what the next Silksong is, but there's always a Silksong. There is always a game that it just seems to be only at trade shows or announcements and doesn't show up anywhere else. I mean, that's just the thing. So someday there'll be a new Silksong. Yes. Yes, it seems like Silksong is going to be on the the Microsoft branded handheld thing, but that still doesn't mean to me that it's coming out anytime soon, just because it's going to have that. But maybe it will. Maybe it will come out soon. It'll be out right around the corner before you know it. All right, so then you get detach. This Lego set I thought was pretty fun. I like the donut spins. That is a silly nonsense thing. I like that there is that is a clear plexiglass wall here. I guess I would wish if I had my druthers, I wish that there was a gate on this. I wish that this was either a gate that went across or folded up. I don't like that this is just clear and there's not like a sliding thing on here. I wish that was there, and maybe that these folded in. But this is a small little set, and I don't mind that. I like the details. I like the donuts that are on here. I do like the Lego donuts. I think that's cute. No, Dizzy, because there have been vehicles that have sliding windows on them. Because I've built a lot of I've built a lot of Lego sets, vehicle Lego sets that are like, we built the burger truck, the Monster Burger truck. So they have had sliding glass. I just don't like that this is open right now, and I've had other builds like this where it's open. So yeah, I guess that's my one complaint. I do love that it's detachable. That's very silly. There's sliding plexiglass, like the whatever plastic on the ice cream truck that we've made too. But I do love this art. I'm glad that this was etched on and not a sticker. That there were no stickers in this kit. And I don't mind applying stickers on Lego, but I like that this and this and this were already on there, and I didn't have to do it. There's a couple like Lego things that I'm like, I'm kind of interested in that. I don't know, that I'm looking forward to. I will probably get the cheapest possible one-piece set when that comes out. That will still be very expensive, but I'll probably get it because on this channel, I have built the Bandai one-piece kits, which if you like stickers, if you love stickers, then those one-piece boat sets are for you. But I've built those, so I'm like, I probably want to get a one-piece set at some point. I don't know which one, but I do want to get one. If you're wondering why I'm not starting new, it's because I don't know what to build next. My patrons are going to decide. My $10 patrons get to vote on what I build, so they're going to decide what I'm starting next. What I can do right now, I guess, is you already have a Nintendo Game Boy sitting around doing nothing, but is it made of Lego? What I can do right now is I can show you what my backlog is looking like. That'll be a good rest of the stream. We can talk about the backlog here, what I've gotten there, because I can remove the Lego donut truck because that's done. I can just show you a couple of things that are in my backlog. What's coming in my backlog? I made some purchases over the weekend. On Tuesday, I will be receiving in the mail this Slowpoke figure here. This will be a one-stream build. I will do some panel lining. This should be a very quick build here, but I did get this Slowpoke. Yes, Lord Crashes, there is two people have worked on a Game Boy emulator for the Playdate, which is a silly, cool idea. But yes, so I have this. I have this Slowpoke coming in the mail tomorrow. And then coming on Wednesday, I have Goku and Vegeta from Daima. This is a 2-in-1. This will also be fairly quick, probably. But I got Goku, Vegeta. They're on some rocks. The stand, I imagine the stands interlock with other stands from this future, because I believe this is the only thing out for Daima. But I thought this looked very cute, and I was like, I want this. So I did pick that up to build on stream. It's been a while since we built anything from Dragon Ball on stream, so that's good. So I got that. And then the stuff that is already on my wish list is the Lego Nutcracker. I bought this in January because it was on sale, because somebody must have bought too many of these around Christmas. So I got this in January, and I won't build it until Christmas. But this is my Christmas build. This will be a one-stream build of the around Christmas time, the Nutcracker. That'll be a fun one. And again, I got a good deal on it in January. The Mighty Strike Freedom is a Gundam that I have in my backlog. That is a big box. I believe this kit is a polycap free because it is part of the Destiny or Gundam Seed Freedom or Forever movie, Freedom. So I believe this is late enough in the life cycle that it doesn't have polycaps. It might, because it might be based on the old Strike Freedom. But the Mighty Strike Freedom is a great name. Mighty Strike. Polycaps are the rubberized plastic pieces that connect stuff. Like in model kits, I don't have one that I can reach with arm's length. But polycaps are a little tiny peg things for connecting arms and legs. Modern, as of like 2 years ago, high-grade Gunpla do not have them. Starting with G-Witch. Starting with Witch, we have not seen polycaps in kits. It's just older kits. They've worked around it, which is pretty cool. So I think this kit doesn't have any polycaps and is more modern. I have one jigsaw puzzle. This was a good price. Ooh, this is a big photo. That's a big ass photo. This is a for real actual jigsaw puzzle. It is the Planeswalkers jigsaw puzzle, which I have built 2 other ones. This is from the same company that makes the other 2 that I have built. I will have to get a big sheet of cardboard, which will be fine. This will be a lot of streams whenever I work on that. Every time I do it, I'm getting better. I did 2 of the other ones. I have this entry grade, the RX-782, the Grandpa Gundam. This is the full weapon set. I have built this RX-782 2 times before, the original version that did not have the full weapons. And also I've built the USA version of it, which was from Breaker Battle Log. It was that kit with like a couple stickers to make it America. I will be building this a week from tonight as part of... Yeah, so Lord Crashington, some people call this the Grandpa because it is the OG Gundam. It is Grandpa. RX-782, the original. This is the Grandpa. I keep thinking about buying an RX-79G, the ground type. Then I would have to build a blue Goof and the rest of the 8th MS team. Let me tell you something, Dizzy. The Goof is an incredible mobile suit. That's a great kit. I love a Goof. But yes, you would want to have more. Lord Crashington, there are older men that have piloted mobile suits. But I don't know for sure if they... Yes, G Gundam does... You're right, Dizzy. G Gundam does have people that have had grandkids. Yes, Master Asia. And there are a few other shows that have grandpa-aged characters, but they're in mobile suits, not in Gundams. Okay. Let's see. The other things I have 3 other kits in my backlog right now. My backlog's kind of low. I'll be getting more stuff for it. I have the RX-78 NT1. You can. There is a 2-pack high grade where you can get the Master Gundam and Fushigi, which is the horse. You can get that, and then there also is a knockoff third-party horse that came out around the time that the real grade of the God Gundam came out. When the God Gundam real game came out, a third-party company put out a better horse. It is one of the only Gundam knockoffs I've built on stream because I don't usually truck with that. But I wanted the horse, so I did get that. It's not a good kit. Not good at all. But yes, this is the RX-782 NT1 Gundam NT1. That's right, NT1 is in the name twice. It is the RX-78 NT1 Gundam NT1. It's just a cool Gundam. I love the colors. I just like blue as a major color on a Gundam. And also, I'm kind of a sucker for small weaponry. I don't know. There's something about it on a mobile suit. And then big weaponry. That's right. It's the RX-178 and the FXA-05D, aka the Super Gundam. It's just a 178, but they put a big cool backpack on it and then called it the Super Gundam. Because when you add a big cool flight enabled backpack, shit gets serious. It's not the first 2-pack that I've built on stream, but I'm excited about it. They too saw Robotech, yes. Oops, what did I just do here? I just deleted something, I think. Let me hit undo delete. Yes. I deleted a thing by mistake. I went to delete this, and I deleted something else, but I've undone my mistake. And the last kit I have in my backlog, the Union Flag. The Union Flag, a kit that looks like it should transform, and it does. It does transform. The Union Flag I've had in my backlog for a bit. This will be a quick build. This is probably 1.5 streams, although there'll be a lot of things to panel line, so I'll be using my Gundam markers quite a bit on that. I just love how skinny the damn legs are on that kit. Just got skinny ass legs. And that is my current backlog. 2 of the things I mentioned are things that are in the mail, and I don't really have it. And one of the things that I mentioned, I'm not going to build till Christmas because it's Christmas themed. But I got to tell you, knowing that somewhere around Christmas, when I take a pause for whatever I'm working on and do my Christmas themed build, I'm so fucking excited to know exactly what I'm doing for that. December 25th is on Christmas Day, is a Thursday, so I will probably build that on Christmas. I normally don't do Christmas Eve, but I do Christmas Day, so I'll do a Christmas Day evening stream. So yeah, I'll build that on Christmas. Do I have something for Halloween? No. I do not have anything for Halloween yet. That is on the 31st is a Friday, so on the 30th we would celebrate Halloween. I have built, I think, every Lego set that would be appropriate. We even built like a Minecraft Lego set because it had skulls and stuff and, you know, skeletons. And I've also built a bunch of knockoff Lego that's Halloween themed. I don't know what I'm going to do for Halloween this year. I have some time, but I don't have a lot of time. Build a 7-foot tall skeleton dog that Home Depot sells to go with their 15-foot skeleton. Yeah, I don't think so, Disney, but yes. Maybe I can get like a papercraft kit of a skeleton. Like I'll look for something. I'll look for something to build, but I haven't done papercraft in a while, so maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. I'm gonna take another sip of water here. Now, we're not done here. We're done with the stream. But the party is not over because we always end with a raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool stuff out there and go spend some time with them because the party isn't done here. We want to see what else is going on. As John says, we always end with a raid. So we'll find someone doing cool stuff and go hang out with them. Let's see. Mary Kish is playing Tower Dominion. It is a defense game. I imagine it is a tower. Yes, it seems to be some sort of defense type game. And so we are going to go hang out with Mary, who is playing said game. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I hope you'll come along in this raid because, god damn it, if Mary Kish isn't the fucking best, she just rules. So please come along with me on this raid. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, is This Seat Taken. It is a chill puzzle game that we saw the demo last week, and I loved it so much that I bought the game, and now I'll be playing it tomorrow on stream, so please watch that. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you come along on this. I hope you come back tomorrow. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.